Ark of the Covenant. We know these things existed, but we don't know what was the nature of their existence. Some of those books were the history of our planet, going back to 100,000 years even. So when these books were all destroyed, it was a way of setting the knowledge back to zero. Of the volumes once held by the vast library.
Hey! Hello everybody, welcome to Cooking with Jeremiah. Today we're going to be making some boneless chicken wings, the nice and crispy kind, you know, that you get at like Buffalo Wild Wings and McDonald's and stuff. So, the first thing we want to do when we make them is we have to marinate them beforehand, because if you just cook it straight up like this, it's not going to be very tasty on the inside. So what you want to do to start is you want to take the chicken breast and you want to cut it up into some pieces. So to do that, we're going to need, if I can find it, this fancy wooden knife. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to cut it into about 1-inch pieces. So just cut it in half through vertically. Make sure you get it all the way through. And then we're going to cut off this little piece. This can be its own wing. And then we just cut it in rows, as such. This chicken is still a little cold. Now you want to make sure, as I said, you have to get them nice and separate, because when they're marinating, they might clump together. And
oh, that sound. Could you imagine someone just like eating raw meat?
you know, there was a documentary. Have you ever seen Wife Swap? It's a good show. Basically, you have the wife of a family. You have two families, and then they switch wives. And basically, these families are both crazy, and then the wife has to come and switch, and then they like level each other out. And one of them was a family, they only ate raw meat. And then there's this really funny scene where the teenager, the son, he like gets really mad at the lady, and then he like eats a raw egg to calm himself down.
Okay.
Next, we want to marinate the chicken and put it in some nice seasonings for a long time. So we're gonna have this bowl of chicken flesh, and we're going to get, according to my recipe, 1 cup of water, one and a half tablespoons of seasoning salt. I don't think I have a tablespoon, so you know how much teaspoons are in a teaspoon?
0.333 US. Wait. 1 US teaspoon is 0.333 US tablespoon.
Okay, well before we do that, we're gonna put a half a teaspoon of baking soda. So this is about half a teaspoon. I don't really care about measurements. How many are in it? I wasn't listening.
Well, it doesn't say how many are in it. It just says that 1 teaspoon is 0.333 of a tablespoon.
Oh, so three teaspoons is 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
So we're gonna put 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons, that's 1, and then this will be 1.333 repeating tablespoons. And then we're just going to put like a little bit more. That makes 5 tablespoons. Doesn't that look good? Looks like a shark attack or something. Alright, with my clean hands, I'm going to mix it all up.
Oh!
You gotta make sure that all the pieces are separate in this stage of the... I think that's good enough. Alright, let me wash my hands again. Finally, for this stage, we're going to take our plastic wrap and we're just going to cover the bowl. This works, I guess. Okay. It's a nice sound. Alright, with the bowl all sealed up and everything, into the fridge for at least an hour. Okay, now that the chicken's finished marinating, we're going to be making the wet batter and the dry batter, which is going to coat the chicken during frying. So we're going to start with the dry batter. So for starters, you're going to need all-purpose flour, a total of 2 cups, and we're going to get 1 cup of the flour and 2 cups of flour, and just a little more, just to be safe. And then next, we're going to get a 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Now I'm not sure what this does, but we're going to use it. So we're just going to open this stuff up, and then we're going to fill this to the halfway line on this 1 cup measuring cup, if you catch my drift. Like that. What's next? We need 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Now as we know, this is 1/2 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. We need 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So we're going to just unscrew this because, you know, we can't fit it in here. So we just put in 1, 2, and 3. What's next? 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I'm not sure why we need this, but I don't know why we need any of this. This is just what the studio gave me. And speaking of that, our popularity has been surging for this show. So we did get a new studio, as you can see. So we're very thankful for all the support you've given us. Yeah. So there's our paprika. And now we need 1 teaspoon of onion powder. You get that?
Yep.
Very good. Once again, we're just going to unscrew it. 1 teaspoon. And then we need 1 tablespoon of salt. This one's going to take a little while because I don't have any other salt than this. It's just like watching an hourglass go. That's enough. I don't care. And now we just mix it all up. So let's use our trusty fork and just get all this stuff and stuff. Oh. We made a little bit of a mess there.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It
right?
happens.
It's art.
Art is messy. That's what my art teacher in middle school said. So never be afraid to get your hands dirty. And as you know, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Alright, so it should be a nice sort of brownish color, but still white for the most part. And next we're going to make the wet batter, which is much simpler. We're just going to get a half cup of water. And then we're going to get 3 eggs. And we're going to mix them all up. Oh. Oh. And now, just gonna mix it. I'm gonna add one more, just to add a little bit more volume and thickness to the batter. It's all about experimentation. Can I help you? Alright, and now we're going to do some cleaning, and we'll be right back.
Moon sand, sand that molds like dough. Pack it in and pop it out. That's what moon sand's all about. Moon sand is the moldable sand that never dries out, so you can use it again and again. With the inflatable sandbox, it's the fun of the beach without the mess. You can squish it, you can squash it, you can mold it, you can stack it. Make a moon sand castle. Moon sand even floats.
It's out of this world!
Moon sand, the sand that molds like dough. Moon sand, additional sand and set sold separately from Spin Master.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Okay, so next we're going to be frying the chicken, and so before we do any of that, we have to heat up the oil. So I have this canola oil from Walmart, and we're just gonna dump it all into this bowl. Now that's not quite enough. We're gonna need a little bit more. So I have a second bottle, and we're just gonna add about half of that.
It's not half.
We're being rough with this stuff, okay?
Okay.
Toss that into the recycling and turn on the thing to high. And it's going to be on high for 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to medium for 5 minutes, and then it'll be ready for cooking. So I forgot one little thing. For the dry batter, we're going to add some Kellogg's Corn Flakes to add some texture to the wings when they're cooked. So I'm not really sure how much we should put in, but is there flour on the base? Anyway, we're just gonna grab a handful, brush it up, mix it in there, and do it again. Gonna add another handful. Brush those up. Ooh! Yeah, we're gonna keep on brushing these. I think that's enough for our purposes. And let's figure out this. Alright, our oil is basically finished heating up. All we have to do now is get our chicken out from the fridge. That's been marinating for a good 4 hours or so. I'm not really sure how much, but it probably doesn't look that much different. But it is very much more tasty now. smells great. So, what you want to do is you're going to take your chicken, your piece of chicken, like so, and as I told you, it clumps up. I'm going to just break them apart. And then you're going to put it into this egg mixture, and then into this dry mixture, back into the egg mixture, and then into the dry mixture. And then we're going to repeat that for 3 more of them, because we cook them in 3s. Egg, dry, egg, and dry. Okay, now here's where the true fun begins. We take the piece of chicken, looks a little weird right now, and then it goes into the fryer. Just like that. It's 8:47 right now, and we're going to be cooking it for about 6 minutes. So, yeah. And this is our first batch. Now we gotta make sure that the oil doesn't spill out, so I'm just gonna let it kind of drain into the pan. And then we're just gonna take these over here and into the plate. The final product plate, if you will. That's 4 wings.
Ooh.
And then to maintain their heat, I'm going to put them into the microwave. And then we'll take that out whenever we need to put more on the plate. And then the rest is just like repeating the process. You just take one of these, egg it, batter it, egg it, and batter it. Alright, so you want to be really careful. That's why I have these safety goggles. This is a very dangerous chemical. But as you can see, it's actually going very well, because you can see the bubbles, and that's indicating that it's frying very well. So it's going to be going and be done in about 2 minutes from now. But we're just showing you what it looks like. They're looking nice and crispy, but they just need a little bit more time to get crispy on the inside. And yeah, so we used up all the dry batter at this point. And this is all the chicken that's basically gone. I don't really care about this a little bit. But yeah. Alright, so now it's 9:39 as you can see from the clock, or as you can't see from the clock. It's probably hard to get a focus on that. But
Yeah.
trust me, it's 9:39.
Yeah, I can barely get it.
And so we have these nice nuggets, or wings, whatever you want to call them. We're just going to take them, put them onto this plate with the other ones. We got a little... Why is that one tab? There we go. Just had to beat it out of him.
Beat the devil out of it.
Need to take these off. And now we can just turn off this heat. We don't want any danger coming up. So yeah, we have completed our entire thing of boneless wings.
Well, that's the second batch.
This is the second batch of batches. Our real first batch is right here. And yeah, so that's that. So now, what I'm going to do for my whatever they're called, I'm gonna put some sauce on them. Now, cameraman, I don't know if you, you don't really like spicy stuff.
No, not exactly.
So my stuff is spicy. I have these Speedo sauces, and I don't know if you like this kind, but it's not as spicy, so you can taste it if you want. So we're just gonna take the wings, throw them in here, and we're gonna take our Jamaican Caribbean jerk sauce, and just oh. Now we're gonna take this and just slather the sauce onto it. Are you okay just taste testing without sauce then?
Yes,
Okay.
I will be fine. Let's watch you eat yours first, though.
Mmm. Oh, wow. These are fantastic. I'm very happy with the results of these. I should put some more sauce on it, but I don't want to waste it. Very good as it is, though. Alright, let me wash my hands.
Hello, my name is Brian Rarrett. I am the director of Cooking with Jeremiah. This is my first time on camera, so I'm a little bit nervous. These ones?
Any of the two.
So many choices. I think I'm going to take this one since this is... These ones seem a little bit more, you know...
Full shaped.
Thank you for... You stole the words right out of my penis.
What do you think?
Wow.
That's all I could say, too.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Are you feeling one of those out-of-body experiences?
Oh.
Where it's just like, you never thought you could feel like this, but then now your life has changed? There's before the nuggets and after
You know
the
what?
nuggets.
You're giving me an idea for a new show. Philosophy with Jeremiah. Look forward to that.
I'm
Next
excited.
time. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's really good.
Thank you.
Even though I like it plain, right? Like not with the sauce. Even without the sauce, I'd say it's really, really good. In fact, I don't have another one while I'm at it.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm the star.
Sorry. You just shoved that thing in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Give me the back. Give it back. What would you rate it?
I'm gonna have to give it a full-on 9.999 out of 10.
Okay. And for me, I'd say that these are 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. This is the most edible thing you've ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm actually... Sorry. Thank you. I'm glad.
Very good. You can see the bubbles?